Come to a nice cross-leg position and check the buttock bones are level and rest your hands on your thighs. Just let your body settle so that the pelvis feels like it's supporting the spine. So you want to be level on the buttock bones, you want to have the hips level and the thighs to feel like they're falling away from the hips. Let the spine lift up and then close the upper lid to the lower lid and just lengthen the back of your neck, lengthen the front face of your lumbar spine, lift the heart. Bring your hands to Namaskarasana and allow the palms to pressurize towards each other, Namaskarasana being the prayer position. So you've gently pressurized the palms, but then can you allow the pressure to release a little bit so just the skin stays in contact. Release the wrists and allow the forearms to release down towards the elbows. And allow the breath to enter and exit. And observe the inhalation. And observe the exhalation. And release across the shoulders. Release down over the neck. Release the skin on the back of the body. Internally feel as if you're lifting the front face of the spine up. And then check that the muscles of the face are also completely released. So don't concentrate too hard on what you're doing. Don't bring the face into it. Any areas that are feeling as if you're gripping overly, let them go. And lift the heart a little more, bow the head down. As you bow your head down, just consider how a kitten behaves when it's picked up by the she-cat, and how the body goes completely, how it releases down either side from where she's holding it. It's being held tenderly there. So the same as you release the head down from the nape of the neck, just release, don't force, release from the nape of the neck over the top of the skull and from the nape of the neck down through the body. Keep the collarbones wide. Don't force the chin down. Relax the skin around the eyes, release the cheeks. Release the hands. Raise the face and open your eyes. Change across your legs. Now check, you just change across your legs. Has your pelvis changed its position? Mine, yes. So I'm just going to adjust myself. You can become really quite fussy about this. You can spend a very long time. So don't just, often what happens is we willy-nilly pull ourselves around, but actually do it sensitively, please. Interlace your fingers, push the palms away and raise the arms up. Elbows in and up. And lower the arms down. Change the interlace, push the palms away and raise the arms up. And then exhale, lower the arms down. Back to the first cross of the legs. Again, no willy-nilliness about it. Now somehow they seem pretty level right now. Stretch the arms out, extend out. Turn the palms up. And now picture that you're drawing a rainbow in reverse. Okay, so you're doing like a queen clap over your head, but you're doing it in slow motion. a queen has in the band. Raise the arms, or any kind of rock star. You can have whatever rock star you want. Stretch up. Now feel how that's very different on the body from how we're going to do it the second way. Okay? So now you're going to draw the rainbow, so you can bring the hands, tips of fingers just a touch together, and then all the way down. Make your rainbow, turn the palms down and release. Let the hands rest on the thighs, roll the collarbones back. From here, stretch the arms forwards, thumbs up, and then raise the arms this way. Elbows in and up. Lift up. And then exhale, release the arms down. So you'd have noticed when the arms went that way, the movement in the chest, the movement in the shoulders was very different from when the arms went that way. Okay? Change across the legs again, one more time. And if you've got a belt nearby, grab it. If you haven't got a belt, a piece of string. Vanessa in one of the classes calls the belts, she called them strings, and I thought it was brilliant. Don't know why, just thought it was nice to hear them called something other than belts. Place your belt, your string, onto your thigh, and just feel again the direction of the arms and just take them up this way. And then lower the arms down, okay? And now put the belt on, and you want the belt to be holding you just short of that distance, so you, or maybe not just short of that distance, but so that the arms are at the same distance, but you can still put the pressure out, so don't have it looser. I'm just stumbling over my words here, aren't I? And I've noticed also, sorry, schoolgirl error, school person error probably is more appropriate. Turn it that way. So I've just untwisted my belt. So I'm getting the same information from the whole of the belt. I suggest having the tail towards one side so it doesn't go in front of your face. Stretch the arms forwards, press the wrists into the belt and pull the shoulders back. Then from there, take the arms up again and feel how there's now sort of more awareness through the arms. The arms actually feel stronger now. Okay, just look up, little fingers towards each other, opening up those palms, stretch up a little bit more. That's so nice. So nice. And then exhale, release the arms down. Now take the arms up again and just see if you can get that same sense of firmness through the arms, that same sense of knowingness through the arms. And then release. Right, if you're on a bolster, Janet, you can sit on a chair, Sally, sit on a chair. If you can't kneel, sit on a chair. If you can kneel, I'm going to turn my bolster around. So I'm just sitting on the front edge of the bolster and my feet go either side. All right, now it may not look to you like I'm square, but as I look down on myself, I was called square at school, the hips are together and the knees are directly forwards, and you want to, if you let the thighs roll in, you'll see that the inner edge of the knee looks a lot lower than the outer edge. So you just want to take the centre of the shin bone down. Obviously not if it's painful, you can always sit up on a chair, and you want to make sure again that your buttock bones feel level and release down into your seat. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to do Gomukasan Arms. So Gomukasan is the cow face pose. And so here, the arm is going to come around your back. And you might, if you've got your belt nearby, you might want that to grab. Arm comes around. I'm going to spin around so you can see what I'm doing with my... So ignore how I'm sitting on the bolster. This is just so that you can see the arms. Okay, and because your arm will be the other side if you're mirroring me, I shall do this one. And there's loads of different ways for easing into Gomukasan. If you find it hard to sort of get the arm to turn in the right manner, I used to pretend I was voguing. Just checking my feet. And then release. And do the second side. And then release. Okay, next one, Garudasan arms. Spin around, knees together, feet going straight back. Bring the hands to here, so you've made right angles, elbows in, and then you're going to cross your right elbow over your left elbow. Your left hand is going to come back towards your nose, and then it's going to wrap around. Elbows are high, shoulders are down. Drop the top arm, shoulder down. So that should be your right shoulder if that's the one that's on the top. And then release. Raise the arms up. Cross the left elbow over the right elbow. Move the left hand away from your face, right hand towards your face. You don't have to turn. And then fingers wrap onto the palms again. Levelize those shoulders. Fingers long. Breathe. And then release. Now I shared this with my group the other day. One of my, golly, it was like, oh my goodness, they're so linked. So we've got Garudasan arms. So you're going to cross your right arm over the left again. Then just drop your left hand down and put your right hand onto your right collarbone. So your fingers are going back. So you can see both hands are going to one side now. Take your left hand and put it on your right elbow and just very gently slide it up. And then the arm is in the right place for your Gomukasan. And then bring the arm down. Obviously you only do this if it's comfortable. If you get to a point where it's like, no, arm doesn't want to go there, don't keep going. Arms, left elbow over right. Cross the arms around. Release the right arm, bring it down by your left shoulder. Right, left hand onto left collarbone. Right hand onto the elbow. Raise the arm up. I like to rest my head into my forearm and use my head against my forearm as a lever. So I'm keeping my neck long, I'm not compressing my neck at all. Keep the weight level on your hips. I was just beginning to notice I was lifting up my right one, so I've got to just sit down into that right buttock bone. Just check yours as well. And then release the hand and release. And now just to show you the last bit of information that I shared last night. I shared hopefully a bit more. So we elbow up, yeah? And it's nice to come in from the Garudasan. Then take your left hand and just draw a line in your armpit. Then you're going to stretch that elbow up and up and up, like you're taking the hand down your back, that is. And now you're going to release that right arm from up the back. Keep that height you've got on the side of the ribs and just allow the arm to come up the back. Then you can stretch this arm up like you know all the answers in your 5 at primary school, and then bend the elbow and see if you can bind. Now breathe into the chest and breathe into particularly the lower armpit. Has a tendency to become a little congested there. Now you're going to release the lower arm and the top arm and just relax the shoulders down and observe the chest. Now we're going to do the second side. So you're going to stretch your right arm up and bring it down your back, and you can again use the use the left arm as a lever. No, use your right arm as a lever. Left arm has gone up, it's down your back. I hope I got that right. Now take your right arm. Feel how much length you've created there, and then just softly put your hand onto the armpit. Keep that length as you bring the arm around, back behind, bend the elbow up the back. Take your right arm, stretch it up. Again, you know all the answers. And bind. Tailbone into your pose. So sit down into tailbone, it plugs in. But make sure the sacral area feels like it's perpendicular. So it feels like there's a lift there. You're not slouching into your lumbar spine. Weight even on the buttock bones. And then exhale, release. Let the arms come down. You've got Supta Baddha Konasana next. So you're going to have a blanket, you're going to have a belt, and you're going to have a bolster. And I want you to put the bolster in the center of the mat. You're going to take a blanket or a foam pad. And put that ready for your head. And then I'm going to show you how the belt, and these are shorter belts, I'm going to show you how the belt should go. Just around the sacral area. So you don't want it, feel where your pelvis starts, just here. Yeah, you want it lower than that. You don't want the belt cutting into your lower back. So often I see people who've just kind of not really observed where they've put the belt. So it's actually quite low around the hips, can you see? Yeah, so when I'm doing the Baddha Konasana, the legs come out to the side, yeah? It's down here, it's much lower, so you're not going to compromise this space. All right, so now you sit at the front edge of your bolster. If you need support for your lumbar spine, you can use a rolled blanket so the edge goes up more slowly. See, you know, if it's uncomfortable, just see if that makes a difference. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. So the belt is low, your feet come in. Don't over tighten the belt because you can always tighten it once you're lying down, as long as you've got the tail, the end of the belt, and the clasp. So the clasp is on the side that the tail comes towards you. Can you see? If I had the clasp this side, the tail would be going away and I wouldn't be able to tighten the belt. But this way, it's come over the ankles and around like that, okay? And if I turn around just very quickly, can you see that the belt is still quite low? So the feet are coming together, gently pressurizing. Soles of the feet are supported there. And then I'm using my hands and I'm lowering myself down, creating a nice length, vertebrae by vertebrae. My blanket is supporting the back of my neck and my fingers are gently curled. You can put a cloth over your eyes, no problem. And I'm just going to quietly get myself up to close the door because it's raining and it's getting a bit chilly in here. But if you want to just stay there, the arms drifting away from your collarbones, arms heavy, chest beautifully open, allow yourself to enjoy this pose. Make sure the feet are in as close as you can. If you need to tighten the belt, tighten the belt. I was going to do this video outside. So just a couple more moments there. Nice open chest. Okay, now to come out, you're going to either, if you've got enough room or you've got the flexibility, you can just flip your feet out. But in general, it's better to put your thumb on the top edge of the clasp and press it away. And if you push it all the way over on itself, the loop will release. Okay, if you've got one of those clasps with the bar, it doesn't work so well with the D-ring clasp. Once you've done that, just put your hands underneath the thighs, and as you draw the legs together, roll the soles of the feet down towards the floor. Then you can roll to your side and move the bolster out the way. Just roll it out the way there. Then I want you just to lie on your back and observe the shoulder blades on the floor. Legs are bent. Keep the there's a space. So you've got your trapezius muscle at the back of at the back here. Let me just show you. Trapezius muscle comes along here and the collarbone comes along here, okay? To keep the neck nice and free, you want to think, can I keep this area in? Yeah? So it's not jamming up and making the throat hard. You want to keep like a length through on both sides. So we're going to do that, and we're going to take the arms. If I come down just a little bit lower here, picture that this is the floor behind me, and you're going to bring the arms up and over your head. Can you see how my thumb is sticking out? Yeah? I want you to take the arms this time up and over your head, up and over, slowly as possible, not too slow, and then see what happens with the arms when they touch the floor. Okay, so once the thumb touches the floor, just the thumb. Okay. Let's see what I can do. So feet are apart, knees are together. Lie yourself, do it in a yoga way. There's no rush. Vertebrae by vertebrae, lie yourself down. All the way down. Keep the legs bent. Get the shoulder blades nice and flat on the floor again. So they should feel like they're just there. It's wonderful. Make the arms dynamic, so pretend you've got that belt around the wrists again, so there's a firmity in the arms, and then start to draw the arms up and over, observe the shoulders, extend the fingers, open the thumbs a little, don't over-open the fingers, don't over-exaggerate, and just observe the difference in the arms as they come over. Do that a few times, okay? So bring the arms back down, and then again, arms up, slowly, like you're holding an invisible brick. Notice a different sensation in the shoulders. Notice if one gets caught. Don't take it so far that it becomes uncomfortable. Oh, my left one hit way faster than my right. And then lower the arms back down again. One more time, trying to get them to land at the same time. You wouldn't have known, I don't think, if I'd said. That's about my arms. So I'm just trying one more time. And then bring the arms back down. I was so tempted to go, yes, I did it, but I didn't. My right one landed just a fraction before my left one. That means I'm going to have to do it again. Can we do it one more time, just for me? Go. Only if it's comfortable. If you need to stop, stop. Try not to watch your arms with your eyes. Just keep the eyes up. So the awareness is totally in the body. No, my left one that time. I'm going to have to work on this. Okay, clasp the elbows, take the elbows up and over the head. Extend the elbows long, stretch your right leg away. pull the heel away, and then stretch your left leg away. Stretch and extend into that heel as well. Okay, as the legs work, if you feel any discomfort in the lower back, bend up your legs again. However, I discovered that I used to have this niggly thing in my lower back until I realised that I wasn't actually working my buttocks quite right. So I started to do it one at a time. So if you like to bend up your legs, we'll do one leg. So let's start with the left leg because that's the side that we usually do second. And I want you just to stretch that left leg away, lift the kneecap and press the thigh down. Now notice what happens to the pelvis as you do that. Okay, now what I want you to do is bend the leg back up again. Take that left leg away, and as you go to press the thigh down, contract the buttock, keeping the inner knee down. Don't let the foot flop out. And what you should find now is there's a security through the buttock and into the lower back. It feels more supported, is probably a better word. And then bend that leg up. And let's change your clasp of the elbows. So bring the arms back over the chest, change your clasp of the elbows, arms back up and over the head. Step your right leg away. You can try the experiment, just press the thigh down. Notice how if you just press the thigh down without working the buttock, it goes into your lumbar spine, where the pelvis meets the lumbar area. Bend the leg up again. And this time, stretch the leg away. As you go to contract the thigh, also contract the buttock, so there's an equal pressure between the two. Notice how that opens up the front of the hip and the pressure on the lumbar spine is lessened, or even you're not aware of it. And then release. And that's if you're dealing with sort of any lower back issues and you just want to do one and then the other, that's a really nice way to start to get the conversation. If you're happy to try, take the left leg away, get the buttock to work, get the thigh to work, take the right leg away, buttock and thigh to work, heels pressing down, heels extended, and breathe. And if it doesn't work for you, then bend up the legs and just stretch the elbows away from your hips and waist again. Breathe. Allow the inner knees to feel like they're known. So that means that you can feel that they're moving down a little bit. You can feel that the legs are still active, the feet are still active. You could spread the toes. I'm picturing the outer edges of my thighs pressing in towards each other. I'm taking my inner groins, the inner leg groins, down towards the floor a little, but at the same time I'm working my buttocks. There's a lot of work going on through my legs, that's for sure. And then when you're ready, bend one leg up and then bend the other leg up. Take a rest, rest your hands on your tummy. You're going to cuddle your right knee in towards the chest, keeping the pelvis level, keeping the tailbone in the middle, and stretch your left leg away. Press into the heel. So this is Ardha Supta Padangusthasana. It's a nice one to get a length through the buttocks. Nice one to get strength through that lower leg. Place that right foot down. Bend up the left leg. Bend the left knee in towards the chest, keeping the tailbone in the center. It'll want to wag to this bent leg. And then stretch the right leg away. Legs firm. Allow the heart to remain a little lifted. Collarbones broad and wide. Don't make your shoulders tense. Bend up the right leg and release the left leg down. Squeeze the knees together. Squeeze the ankles together. Grip the hips together. Take the arms, stretch them away, keeping them moving at the same speed. Extend the arms up and over the head. tailbone long, breath smooth, legs firm. Release the arms down, roll over, Adho Mukha Virasana. If you can't do Adho Mukha Virasana, you can just cuddle the knees in close or go straight into your dog head down. Rest down with the hands, extend them forwards, tailbone down, head rested. Body even on the thighs, make sure they feel level, the left and right sides of the chest, that the weight feels level on your shins. See if you can lengthen those arms forwards just a little bit more to create more room for the side waist, the side ribs. Don't overstretch yourselves. So there still needs to be a firmness in and around the body, and you shouldn't be pulling on any of the ligaments, especially around the pelvic area. Be aware of your shoulders if you're dealing with your shoulders, whatever that space is you need to look after. We're going to come to our Adho Mukha Kashvanasana next. So come up onto your hands and knees, separate the feet, tuck the toes under. Now sometimes it's nice to think about the pressure in the hands. So I want you to bring the weight, the shoulders forwards and press down into the fingers. And then just keep that weight like that. Don't change it as you come up into Adho Mukha Kashvanasana. And press the hands up to the hips. And then picture your hands on your hips, continuing that pressure into the sacral area and up onto the buttocks. So if you've ever been adjusted by a teacher and they've pressed on the backs of your sacrum, picture that and just make your area of your sacrum move in that manner. If you've never had that happen, it's a lovely adjustment. And then you want to take your awareness into the legs and the very top of the thighs, press them back. The very head of the shin bones, keep the shin bone feeling like it's up. It's up. You're trying to increase the angle between the front of the foot and the shin. So that also means you have to iron out that hard tendon that pokes forwards. Look down at your feet, and if you overwork the tendons, if you pull the heels down overly, then you'll see that tendon in the front of the ankle push forwards. So you're actually trying to get the lift over the back of the body. Breathe. And then come back down. Big toes together. Stretch back. And let your body just close down over your thighs. And release the head down. Inhale, come up. Back up, Adho Mukha Kashvanasana. You're going to step your feet together. Okay, you're going to turn, so you're going to take your left hand. So just check, bring your shoulders, or just watch this way, I'll show you quickly. We're just going to roll. We're going to open the body forwards a little, all right? Then you'll come back down. So when you're ready, come to your dog head down. We'll go to our right side first. Right, so roll over onto the side of the foot. Now if you want to keep one foot down, you can keep one foot down, or you can keep both hands down, you'll know. Keep the body nice and long, the lower hip supported, And stretch the arm up. Just stay looking down to keep your balance. And then release down. Come back to your dog head down. Grip the legs together. Pelvis nice and firm. And then go to the second side. Work the legs. Open the chest. Legs. Chest. Breathe. Looking down if you're wobbly, or looking directly forwards, lift your heart. And then release. Stretch back, this time with your legs together. If you need to take a rest, take a rest. Otherwise, one more time. Go to the right. Keeping the support all the way on the underneath of the body there. Keep it lifting up. Breathe. And then release. And then the second side. So stretch back first of all, get a nice length of the spine. Let the shoulders come forwards, roll onto the outer blade of that foot. And stretch up. When you're ready, exhale, lower the arms down, legs together, press the thighs back. Feel the beautiful length you're getting in the body. Feel the strength in your arms, the strength in the legs. And then keeping the knees together, bend the knees, ankles together, gently go back. You can rest your head now, make one potato, two potato. That's one fist and two fists if you haven't ever played potatoes. And rest the head onto the hands. Shoulders relaxed. And then inhale, come up. Let's do just a couple of Chatushpadasanas, and we'll do it using a belt. So the belt we're going to just put on the fronts of the ankles. I'll just change. So you hold the belt. Shoulders back. Press down into the feet. And first we'll just lift from the tailbone up. So the tailbone is lengthening towards the knees. And as you do that, allow the chest to move towards your face, pressing the arms down. And you're increasing your arch of your chatush, the lift of the spine each time. So just go up and down smoothly. And then if you want to increase the pose, just step your feet in a little bit. And that isn't if your brain wants to increase the pose. If your body is struggling with it, or you're getting a pinching, or what the Iyengars call it, don't let it prick the spine. And it's kind of like that kind of sharp, little tiny warning. Maybe it's in your mind, maybe it's in your body, but it just goes, oh. So don't let your brain override that. But otherwise, if you want to bring the feet in, step them in a little bit more. Press down into the heels, lift up through the hips, lengthen the spine, make sure the buttocks are working correctly. Come onto the shoulders, enjoy a really nice firm Chatushpadasana and hold. And then exhale, come down. And relax. Okay, so the last pose, we're going to do Viparita Karani with our legs up the wall, but you can use a bolster or a blanket underneath your pelvis. So I'm going to take a bolster and I'm going to go wonky to the camera. Put that in against there. And because I have long hair, and it's nice to have a little bit of softness underneath the back of the head, I'm going to put a blanket by my bolster as well. So that's the blanket, so I can easily slide down without catching my hair. The bolster is there. And there's a little bit of a gap. Let me show you. Yeah, you can see it's dropped behind us. So it's the narrow ways. And so my pelvis will come down over this edge here as well, and I'll have a nice draping spine over here. How do you get in? That's the question. Well, you can forward roll in, which I'm not going to do today. I was tempted, but I'm not going to do today. What I'm going to do is it's my left buttock cheek. So you're looking at me, I'll probably look like it's my right buttock cheek. And I just take that onto the edge of the bolster, like I'm going to sit on the wall. Okay, I'm not going to use those cleats, that would be cheating because you probably haven't got rings on your wall. And I'm going to roll over and I grab the sides of the bolster and I wriggle in like that. Okay, shall I show you from the other side? So when it's time to come off, you can just wriggle off the bolster like this. If you want another instruction to see how to do it again, I'll come in from this side. This is not my catalogue side, not my professional side, I suppose. I'm putting my right buttock in against the bolster. Shoulders coming down. So it's like I've curled up into a little fetal position. And then rolling up onto the bolster, grab the bolster and pull myself in. You can then let the arms rest in the best place for them. So it should just feel like, I don't know, when I think about cartoons and people falling out of the sky without hurting themselves, it's a bit like that. Or if you picture you've just, gone on holiday and you've just laid down on a nice warm beach. Something like that. And so this is like a Shavasana and Viparita Karani at the same time. Check that the knees are facing directly forwards, but don't overwork the legs. Don't grip them so tightly that you just end up with this solid tension throughout the whole body. If you look at Iyengar in Light on Yoga, his poses just look so soft but firm. And that's what you're looking for here. Good parenting of your body, soft but firm. Observe the breath. Spread out the toes, and then just relax the face completely. Fingers are gently curled. If it's uncomfortable to have your arms up by your head like this, or you start to get any numbness or anything, you need to observe that and bring the arms down lower. So you don't want any kind of discombobulation. This yoga practice should feel like you're here to cherish your body and look after your body, get to know your body, its likes, its dislikes. The things that, it's not always as well the things that we like that are the things that are best for us, so we have to observe that too. Lengthen through the toes. Extend through the fingers and then just let the fingers curl. Gita described the abdomen in this pose to feel like a lake. Allow the heart to enter the pose. Make sure the toes are just gently active, that the soles of the feet are just spreading, widening. Just a couple more moments here. You're going to now place your hands onto the bolster, lengthen the spine away and just caterpillar yourself off the bolster. So you're sliding down the wall with your feet and just let your feet come onto the wall with your knees at a right angle so your thighs are perpendicular to the floor, and then just gently press into the feet. That should feel very nice on the lower back. And then you can roll to your side and up you get. If you want to take Shavasana, that's quite a relaxing thing that you've just done anyway. But if you fancy Shavasana, I would use the bolster again just because it's there. It's nice to have underneath the back of the legs. Lower yourself back onto the floor. Lengthen the buttocks away from the lower back. Legs over the bolster. Relax the arms either side of the body and give yourself a few moments here to just completely let go. If you need to be somewhere, it's always a good idea to set a timer for however long, maybe 5 minutes. Ideally, if you're learning Shavasana, 20 minutes. And when you're ready, just carefully bring yourself out of the pose and enjoy the rest of the day or the rest of the evening. I'd like to thank you, and I'll see you again very soon.